Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude, Pascal.
What's up? We got some new updates and shocking updates in regards to the Diddy trial, and I'm telling you right now, this could be very bad for prosecution. Why? Because let's just take a look at this article here, the title here. They're saying that one of their victims that's supposed to be coming in, one of their key victims or witnesses for prosecution may be a no-show. Yes, guys, this is absolutely insane. And again, this is not good. Because again, you got prosecution that has been building up a case for several months. And then now this victim is not returning their phone calls and has just basically disappeared. That's not good. Now, I don't know if Diddy has anything to do with that, or if this is somebody who got scared and doesn't want to be a part of the situation, had a change of heart, and that's possible too. But I'm sure there's a lot of people side-eyeing this situation and wondering, did Diddy have something to do with this, right? I'm sorry, but I'm asking the same doggone thing, because apparently he's known, allegedly, he is known to have people just disappear and never to be heard or seen from ever again. So there's a possibility that he may have done something here. I'm just saying, there's a possibility. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. It could have been financial too. He could have offered them money to have them just kind of not pick up the phone calls from the feds. That's possible too. But let's take a look at this article. I think this is very interesting and not great. At the end of the day, not good for prosecution. So it says here, prosecutors confessed they're worried about one of the victims in the Diddy federal indictment. On Monday, their first trial proceedings and jury selection, the feds explained that victim 3, who is not local to New York City, where the trial is being held, might not show after all. While the individual cooperated with the original investigation and was specifically listed as a party allegedly wronged by Diddy, we at least know it's a female. She has apparently told prosecutors she won't be attending the trial. So she's not showing up at all. She has reached out to them and basically said, leave me alone. I want no part of this anymore. That is interesting. Don't you think? Isn't it convenient that at game time, she is a no-show? That's interesting. The individual was subpoenaed, meaning the court issued an order for her to provide sworn testimony at the trial. Nonetheless, prosecutors told the judge it was difficult to get in contact with both the woman and her personal attorney, and she, quote unquote, may not show up. Again, it's kind of weird when you know for a fact that this is one of the biggest trials of the decade, of the century, whatever you want to call it. It's a high-profile case. You've been working alongside prosecution, saying that you're going to be there with bells on, and then suddenly when it's game time, you are nowhere to be seen. That is weird. That you suddenly say, yeah, I may not show up. Again, is she getting paid? You know what I'm saying? Did he suddenly just throw her some ducats? And what I mean by I mean by Diddy. Did Diddy suddenly throw out some money to her and say, hey, I just need you to not show up? I'm just curious, but let's continue on, okay? This could spark trouble for the prosecution, who plan to include the woman's testimony as part of their argument brought against Diddy, okay? And of course, he's looking at a slew of charges that could have him locked up for the rest of his life. Luckily, the government admitted they don't plan to bring victim 3 up until the second part of the trial, and they won't lay much of the groundwork for her story in their initial opening statements on May 12th. Instead, she'll be referred to as one of the many allegedly attacked by Diddy. So, of course, she is a victim. She claims to have been attacked by Diddy. She said she was down to sit down and give her testimony, to testify, but now she is nowhere to be found. She is not going to show up. Again, was she paid off? In response, Diddy's team asked them to notify the lawyers of their plans by the end of the week. Now, Judge Sobramian echoed that sentiment, stressing to prosecutors the importance of securing her appearance in court. So he's like, yo, she needs to show up. She needs to be here. Previously, victim 3 indicated she planned to testify, even waiving her right to use a pseudonym, according to court documents obtained by this article here, this news article here. Now, what's interesting is she said, I don't need to hide behind this. I don't need to hide behind the pseudonym victim 3. F it. I'm going to show up as myself. That's what she said. Then suddenly, now she ain't nowhere near. She ain't nowhere to be found. So while the court hasn't revealed her name or has yet to reveal her name, she was expected to tell her story without obstructing her identity. So far, all victims in the indictment have their identities sealed away. However, victim 1 is long understood to be Diddy's ex, Cassie, which we clearly know. She is the star witness of this doggone thing. All right, that goes without question. This is going to be huge when she takes the stand, and everybody's going to be sitting at the edge of their seats for sure. Okay, and she, of course, we already know had, this filed her own lawsuit. This is the first domino, in my personal opinion, that started the wave of not only the civil lawsuits that came for Diddy, but also the feds looking in his direction. Okay. So she's expected, just so you know, to testify in court without obstructing her identity. Okay. She's expected to, that's interesting. Previously, her attorney filed a motion to quash a subpoena Cassie received from defense attorneys, which sought to look into some of her personal records. In addition to financial statements, the lawyers wanted her to turn over extensive notes, diaries, and any drafts of manuscripts. Interesting. The judge ultimately decided she could hold on to the financial documents, but did need to hand over other written texts. So again, we're going to be listening or hearing and learning a lot of information revolving around maybe more scathing information about her relationship with Diddy. But nonetheless, the fact that this juror is suddenly, this victim is suddenly not showing up may not show up is a very interesting thing, especially the fact that this is somebody who said, I don't want to hide behind the pseudonym. I ain't worried about that. Miss me with the nonsense. We can waive all that. That's fine. I need him to know, and I need the world to know who I am and what I went through. And then suddenly turn on a dime and say, in fact, never mind. I want nothing to do with this. I may not be there. That's not good. Long story short, that's not good. Now, I understand that prosecution, I'm sure, has a slew of other witnesses and other people that are going to testify for sure. But the fact that this one is not showing up and is also an alleged accuser, an alleged victim, this could crumble. I hope this doesn't. I'm hoping that this is not the first domino to knock over and destroy the prosecution's whole argument, what they've been building up against Diddy for the longest time. And again, I still wonder, does this have anything to do with Diddy? Does he have any type of influence in her decision to not show up anymore? But even the judge said, you better get her here. And hopefully they do. Hopefully they will bring her in. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. This is absolutely crazy, y'all. But, the craziness is, this is the Diddy trial. We just started. It's only day number 2. It's already getting crazy. All right. Right off the bat. So it's I'm sure, going to be a circus here very soon. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Hit that like button down below. Crush that subscribe button. We'll be talking here soon. Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. This is the Pascal Show. Bye.
Pascal. You are now rocking with that dude Pascal. We be going wild.